Daniel, good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here with us on the show.
Good afternoon, Caroline. Really happy to see you today also.
Thank you so much. Now, Daniel, you've heard the statistic before. Can we say that this is actually good news for Indonesia? What's your opinion
It
on
is, it
that?
is, it is, it is really, really a good news. It happens to create a good traction on our market, which we see our GCI close by 2.24%. But to be more detailed about the data from the National Statistic Agency, well, they reported that Indonesia imports in April 2022 grew higher than last month. However, in nominal terms, imports are still lower than exports, so that Indonesia continues to enjoy a trade balance surplus. Well, this creates a question whether Indonesia economic condition or the purchasing manufacturing index in Indonesia is whether really expanding or not. Because if we see the news from head of the BPS or statistic agency, Margo Yuwono, conveyed that the value of Indonesia imports last month amounted to $19.76 billion. Well, this number grew by 21.9% compared to the same period of the previous year or on year basis. Well, we can see that previously market consensus estimated that imports would increase around 33.6%. Meanwhile, the consensus from Reuters estimates import can grow around 34.9%. So by this number, we can a little bit concluding that our import, while we are having our surplus, our import is slightly lower than what the market estimated. Well, in April 2022, we see on the export value also in $27.3 billion US dollar. Thus, Indonesia trade balance posted a surplus 7.5 billion US dollar. This is still a good number, even though we see that there is a slight correction between the number. Well, this makes the trade balance surplus for 24 consecutive months and the record during the administration of President Joko Widodo. However, this record has not been able to break the achievement during the administration of President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono, because we know during the Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono era, we experienced a commodity price boom. It is around October 2004 to March 2008. So this is the part that helps the previous leader achieve their 42 months consecutive surplus.
Right. And like you were just saying before, in regards to what you're saying, it seems that the 24 months, the surplus balance record has been very consistent. And is there any data, though, regarding on the numbers that the public should be aware of or to be concerned of, Daniel?
Yes, because there is a potential that there will be a deficit of our trade balance in the following month. Then we still need to see a lot of commodity numbers. Our trade balance surplus really got pushed by our commodity price hike, because we know that Indonesia is really prone to commodity prices. So this is the part that we really needs to be concerned about.
Right, and we hope we're seeing this positive trend to be very consistent too. Now, let's talk about the trend balance between Indonesia and also Ukraine, Daniel. Was there any impact in our trade balance regarding of the issues that is ongoing right now?
This is the interesting part, because Indonesia posted a trade balance deficit with Russia and Ukraine. This is because Indonesia cannot send goods to the two countries that are involved in war. On Tuesday also, the National Statistic Agency reported that Indonesia trade balance between Russia in April 2022 experienced a deficit around $34 million, slightly compared to the previous month, which was minus $186.8 million. During January and April 2022, Indonesia trade balance with Russia was in a deficit for around 17.2 million US dollar.
Yeah.
This number is much worse than January, April 2021, which was still surplus around 48.3 billion. Meanwhile, with Ukraine, Indonesia experienced a trade deficit around $1.3 million in April 2022, and we see that there is an improvement compared to the previous month, which was negative 6.6 million US dollar. In the first 4 months 2022, Indonesia trade balance with Ukraine was in a deficit around 23.3 billion US dollar. This number is also worse than January to April 2021, which was a surplus of 69 million US dollars. So we can conclude a little bit about this number, that the war tension between Russia and Ukraine is making Indonesia trade balance with Ukraine and also Russia in a deficit situation.
All right. So thank you very much again to Daniel Wiguna as the Sucor Sekuritas online trading head. We'll talk to you more further in our next episode regarding business and also economics right here on 3 Hours News Show. Thank you so much for your time, Daniel. Have a great one.
Thank you very much.